Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey, still sounding a little scratchy.
Little sick.
That's okay, though. This episode, we are going to be talking about setting boundaries. We've talked about boundaries before, but more so on the side of protecting yourself from other people.
Yeah.
And now, looking a little introspectively.
Thinking a little bit deeper about the topic.
I think some boundaries need to be set within ourselves.
Yeah.
With ourselves. Mm-hmm. So let's get into that.
Yes. I found a cute little infographic of just like some ideas on ways to set boundaries with yourself. And I actually love that this is the at Therapy for Women.
Lovely.
Didn't know that prior, but now you do. Check it out. I don't know if I promote that page, but maybe I do.
But maybe.
Check it out. First one being having a bedtime. Wow.
Eating me up.
Yeah, I think that one's really hard to stick to just because like okay, before we even get into the topic, maybe we like preface the free-flowing nature of life of going with your ebbs and flows of spontaneity or, you know, things in that nature. There's no rigid rules to life.
No. I think it gets really complicated in my brain. I don't know if this is how you feel, but like especially during the time when there was like clean girl aesthetic and like lemon water and yoga in the morning or Pilates in the morning, and then like you see their like the day in my life of like whatever, like my
yes.
day in a fucking video,
right?
And you look at somebody's life and you're like, oh yeah, I want to emulate a little bit of that, but at the same time you want to like live life. And then there's also that, I don't know if you've seen that TikTok of like it switches between like peaceful meadows and then like all of a sudden
the girl
it's like
who can't pick
like,
an aesthetic or whatever. Yeah.
It's like that's how I feel, and I feel like I'm definitely more so like corrupted by social media in that way, but like life can be both, but I think because we're kind of like always trying to be put into a box, we're like you have to have your like good girl to-do list of things that you got to get through in a day, you know.
Yeah, the duality is real, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I actually really like that trend where it's like it's the story of that girl who can't, you don't know if she has her life together or she's in her chaotic era.
Yeah.
And it's like her having Pilates and then her going out at night and screaming Drake lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm like, mood.
Yeah.
Why can I not be both? Chaotic yet put together. It's very real. But that being said, I do like having rules. And I think it is good to have guidelines. They're not rules. Guidelines for yourself to get through the day, through your life, through the world, and enjoy it, and also not have guilt about saying no or yes to things, like, right, because you told yourself like I needed to sleep at this time and I'm not going to feel guilty about saying no to these plans, or I really want to go to that thing, so it's okay that I'm going to miss my quote unquote bedtime or whatever. Like we like to joke when adults like have bedtimes or whatever, because it is kind of funny.
It is, and then you're like, but I should have one.
But
probably.
Like it's real. Like, how do you feel in the morning, babe? Tired. Babe with no bedtime.
I'm tired, babe. Thinking about coffee and how I literally haven't had any today.
You know,
so
coffee is a crazy one. Kind of tangent. I think this is our era. We're over Coachella, right? This is our era of talking about getting old.
Yeah. Coachella done.
Right.
Back to getting old.
I think I'm getting headaches from lack of caffeine sometimes. And I'm like, I don't even want to drink it because I don't want that. But then I'm like, but I love the ritual. So I think I'm going to switch to matcha when I go out, for sure.
I do that.
Yeah. When I go out.
A matcha at home just doesn't hit the same.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry to say it. And maybe
I don't have the whisk either. So that's just,
like the original work. Like whisk?
Even
the electrical one.
Oh, I do have one. That works though? I don't know.
Like the frother.
Yeah,
it works.
Oh.
But it just doesn't fucking hit the same, you know? Like,
yeah, it doesn't. Maybe. Oh, I just tried what we said. They did a collab.
With that place?
Yeah, that coffee place. Yeah, I went to the beach last weekend, whatever. And
no wonder the packaging looked familiar when you posted it. I was like,
you said, why does that look
where have I seen this?
I thought you liked it too.
I did.
But you just said cute.
Well, I was just like, this is cute. She's at the beach.
Anyways, it was really good. I was tempted to not go because it was a sweet cream on top.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl, be so serious. You had pizza last night. Like, shut up.
You can't just pick and choose that right now.
Right. Like don't all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm not gonna have this really delicious cute drink because there's dairy on top. It's literally made with oat milk. Like, shut up.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
no. I wish the sweet cream was dairy.
What's her name? Chelsea still a vegan?
I think not.
I think not.
I do not believe.
They have not discussed it though, right? Like,
I think she may have. Why am I speaking like that?
Are you okay?
I think she may have. I just listened to a full audiobook that was based in Dublin, so maybe that's...
So you're like code switching right now? Or
I don't know what's going on. Which I want to speak about that in a minute, but going back. I think she is not vegan anymore.
Okay.
I believe.
Like she eats meat now?
Maybe. I think when she got pregnant, like things changed.
Wow. The second round or the first one?
I think the second.
Wow.
I'm not even really fully sure.
That's my fear, is like that I'm going to want to eat
Why is that a fear? It's okay. Grow a chicken.
I would not grow a chicken and kill it. Like, that's why I don't want to eat. That's why I'm fearful of eating meat.
I know your beliefs. I know.
I'm just scared that I'm going to want to, like, I feel like I'm going to crave a burger or something and it's going to be tragic.
But in actuality, it would be okay though. You just have to accept.
I've been really comforting myself. This is not even the topic.
We have a tangent every once in a
boundaries. Actually, it's kind of boundary setting because like I've set a boundary with myself of not feeling guilty about food anymore.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still making the bad decision, quote unquote, to eat it. So it's like, stop. I don't want to deal with the bad feelings anymore. It's just like, it's not a consequence or anything either. It's just like, it's a decision you made. That's it.
Yeah.
And a decision sometimes leads to something else later that I have to figure it out. But whatever. I'm not. Anyway, fucking forget it.
Yeah. You just can't get that deep into it either.
Yeah. I just like I'm not trying to get deep into food because then it's not good for me. But anyway, so I've set this boundary with myself of like, I'm not going to feel guilty. And this is why I started eating cheese again, is because I was just like, I don't want to feel guilty about feeling like I need to be vegan for a specific thing. And like, I've comforted myself with the fact that like, I mean, if anyone is vegan, all power to you. And I'm very happy for you. And if that's like very much making you happy, great. It's more so for me, it's like, I used to do it for the fact of like the planet and also like my health, but it's not. I feel like corporations are doing more, and I don't think like my soul little body can carry the weight of the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But like every time I did eat cheese or I like ate something that wasn't vegan, I started to guilt trip myself in not only for like about calories, but I'm also like, yeah, like you're adding to the complexity of why the world is the way that it is, and like you're allowing the world to die, basically, is how I would,
as if you have control
of that. What, like if my one little eating this muffin that has egg in it was gonna ruin the world, like that's
meanwhile people are dry swallowing eggs or whatever, or like, not that that's also technically bad.
I was about to say something, but you just had one, like a chomp, like literally eating like a Slim Jim. And I'm like, why am I feeling guilty over a little muffin? You know what I mean?
Over a sweet, cute little muffin.
And everyone was just like gnawing at that meat, you know?
And we're chomping at that meat.
Like my boss, like she was like on the go charcuterie board, and it was literally like a Slim Jim and a string cheese. It was a joke, but it was just so funny. It was like,
where's the cracker? She needs one of those sticks, those pretzel sticks.
Oh, I think she got one that had like the meat with the stick.
Oh, wow.
With the pretzel stick in it. Anyway, but that just like, that's where my brain, like I've set the boundary of I'm not feeling
guilty about it. No, food boundaries and stuff. Those ones are tough because it's like,
but also the boundary of like girl, you need to be buying your greens and eating them.
Okay, literally, I made the most random. It wasn't even an omelet. I ate the most random meal. I didn't even know it was going to be an omelet at the end because I just threw veggies in a pot, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw a potato in, cut up some asparagus and bell pepper. I don't know, like nothing sounded good except vegetables because it's probably how little vegetables I've been eating.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I told my mom, like, oh, we had a bunch of spinach, and I added spinach to it. And I was like, oh, you guys should make omelets this weekend. We have so much spinach. And then I was like, eggs. And then I added eggs to it. But it was just like, it wasn't a meal, but technically it was a meal. But anyways, like, just like yes, eat your fucking vegetables.
Yeah.
That's probably a boundary I should be setting with myself. Like, once a day, a meal needs to have some sort of vegetable in it. And does it? No.
That's really crazy. Not even just like, I'm not saying to you, but
no,
like
it is.
Same. Like it's like
crazy.
I sit there and I'm like, what are you eating?
What'd you consume today? And some days it's all carbs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I had one day bagel for breakfast. What did I have for lunch? Pasta. I had butter noodles for fucking lunch. And then for dinner, what I have? I don't even remember, but it was something carbs. Like
a sandwich or...
Right. Something.
Something
I have no
like
idea.
that.
And I'm like, what?
The thing is, like, there's like a delicate balance of like...
Eating intuitively.
of like... Don't beat yourself up about it because you at least are eating.
Yes.
And you ate 3 meals that day.
I did.
But then it's also like, was it nutritious? You know what I mean?
Probably not nutritious, but it served a purpose.
But your body ate that day.
Not in the way I wish. I wish it ate, but it just ate. Yeah. But anyways. What were we talking about before that? Oh, I had the little foam drink.
Oh, right.
I had the drink. It was delicious. That's really all I had to say.
Oh, we're talking about making matcha. Like you said, you're going to get matcha
caffeine,
out.
Right.
See, I did that for a while. I was like, if I'm ever going to get anything out, it's just going to be matcha. And I'm like, but I really like a good little latte.
A little latte, yeah. No, it's...
I do. So it's like either I go out and get matcha, or if it's too cold and I'm not going to get an iced drink, then I will get a latte.
Hot matcha doesn't hit?
It hits sometimes, but very, very not.
It's like a hot chocolate,
often.
but not. Yeah.
I just would rather have a latte at that point.
Yeah.
It's just so nice.
Yeah, there's the leniency you have with yourself. There it is, with the boundaries.
With the boundaries.
So having a bad time, I think, is probably the hardest one as an adult, just because you're like...
You want to be... But also, it's the hardest one as an adult because, like, you kind of, like, when you're a kid, all of your socialization and all of the things you need to do is during the day. And now you get home after work or after finishing work. And now it's, like, you time, but, like, it cuts into you're sleeping as well.
I mean, I think about also, like, in high school, staying up late to talk on the phone with boys.
Right.
Or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It was more so a boundary I was breaking with my parents.
Right.
Than myself. Because the consequences weren't really that big.
It's like you're going to be tired.
I'm not even that tired, though. Because I'm so young and beautiful and fucking fresh. And just straight out the fucking womb.
Right.
So who needs sleep when you're that young? That's how it felt. So the consequences also feel larger, I guess is what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah. Because now it's like it's affecting your entire next day.
Yeah.
And... Yeah.
Especially if you have shit to do the next day. That's a whole...
That's when I got a set. What are you currently set at with your bedtime?
In the past week, I've actually been, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because I'm on my period. I don't know why this would be a reason, but I've been going to bed like latest 10:30 and then waking up at 7:30.
Like asleep by 10:30?
Yeah, like phone away at 10.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe this is part of the magic, but I've been playing Sudoku and Wordle. Brittany got me on the New York Times app for games.
When?
I'm sold. Disneyland. She got me hooked. And I got my mom hooked. I just got my mom to download it. It's good. Wordle makes your brain active. Like, it exhausts my brain.
That's good.
In a good way, I guess.
Maybe I should play that.
Maybe that's what it is. But you get cut off, you know what I mean? Like, Sudoku only has 3 games a day. One Wordle.
One, yeah.
And then all the other, there's like 2 or 3 other ones that I don't really like that much, but they also are there.
They also have a cutoff.
And they have 1 a day. Wow. Or whatever.
It's kind of nice.
But it helps me go to bed. I like Sudoku.
Yeah, I don't know. My bedtime's kind of all over the place.
So you don't have one, essentially?
No, essentially I don't have one. I feel like I technically like try to be in bed by like 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't fall asleep till 11. Like last night we fell asleep at midnight. I don't know. The night before midnight too. I'm like, why am I sleeping that late?
Yeah, you guys after midnight the other night. Because you texted me at like 12:30.
Really?
Yes. You said that movie went longer than I thought. In the morning I was like, girl, 12:30?
Yeah.
That was a long ass movie.
Well, we got home. Well, we were like talking and then we got home and then I was like, oh, it's late.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to, anyway. I also sat there trying to like figure out my password for so long and that was not working. So that's fun.
Girl.
Yeah, that's when I need to set with myself is a bedtime. I think 10. Being in bed by 10 feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. The thing is, it takes me so long
to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe something like Sudoku or like something that exhausts your mind.
Yeah.
More than, because like TikTok does not exhaust your mind whatsoever.
No.
And that's why you can scroll until literally 4 a.m. And you're like, oh.
I definitely don't do social media anymore.
Scrolling at night. That's good. I've been in those holes and I'm like, this is.
That's something that pretty. I do set, although I do it in the morning. It's fucked up. And I feel like I need to set a better boundary when I wake up. Because I'm also like starting my day with like those thoughts.
You're like checking. It's almost like when you check your email in the morning. It's like it's the same kind of feeling. Because I check my email and then I check Instagram because you want to check your messages, check the notifications, check what your friends are doing in the past 8 hours that I haven't seen them. It's kind of like we're weird. We're a weird generation, I gotta say. Like, why do we need to like? They used to not know anything about each other.
No.
And what they were doing.
They were told about the stuff that they were doing
in person. So beautiful. I mean, there's beauty in the social media, but like,
but it's boundary. Also like, why do we feel like we need to immediately know? Like, why can't we just like wait a little bit?
Or like getting offended. Like, I didn't know you were going there. Oh, what is that energy?
Yeah, that energy though.
We're like, wait, you didn't tell me you were going out last night or something. Like, whatever it is. Not even like I wanted to go, but I wanted to know.
Yeah.
It's like, why? I went out and now I'm telling you.
me at you.
But isn't it weird?
Not my weird. Heart being like, I didn't know you were going to the beach.
You saw the size?
Oh, you went to the coffee shop?
You saw I wasn't invited to that.
Thanks for the invite.
But aren't we weird for that?
Yeah.
Because I feel it too. But then I immediately check myself like, girl, what do you
like? Why do you feel entitled to that? But I think it's because we've been a little bit wired of like having to know what everyone's doing all the time, you know?
Yeah. Boundary. Don't be checking social media like that. And I did turn off my notifications for Instagram.
Good.
Recently. And that.
I need to turn them back off.
Oh, you had them on.
Yeah.
The only reason I like them on is if it's like a business thing and like I want to know what it says without opening the message. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to give away that I already read this. But I also just have too many accounts on my phone that the notifications
That's how I feel, dude.
Ridiculous. So,
too many.
Shut up. Anyways, boundaries. Setting one with social media is big.
Yeah, I need a harder boundary with her. I also like within that space, I want to be sharing more than I consume. Because now
another boundary.
No sharing and just only consuming, and it's consuming me.
Yeah, girl, you gotta share.
Yeah,
the sharing feels overwhelming in its own right, but
it does. But it's because I'm overwhelmed with like all the stuff that I'm needing to consume. Like I feel like I'm behind, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like speaking about like waking up and like checking my phone today, I had that thought literally of like, what are you doing? Because I opened my phone and then I sat there and the first video was fine, and then I scrolled another one and it was like a fucking immediate like true crime story that was like really like, it's like this case, I'm sure you know about it, but it's like she supposedly like unalived herself, but there's like a whole theory about how they think it's her husband, and she's like,
I mean, potentially. Oh, yeah. He has 2 daughters, the husband. And they believe him?
I think maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're talking about.
It's more
her body
recent.
was found recently.
But she went to go do it in like a lake or something?
Well, her body was found recently, but this happened like 5 years ago.
Maybe.
I don't know her name, unfortunately.
But there's a call.
A call? Like he's on the phone?
Like she calls.
Oh, she calls.
Before she's like, can you track my phone? And they're like, yeah, well, we're trying. Where are you? And then she's like, can you track my phone? Because like she doesn't want to tell them right there and then where she is supposedly, because she's gonna unalive herself. But they want, then in the call she's like, she said, I'm gonna unalive myself, but I just want my family to know where to find my body.
Interesting. But they think it's the husband?
Yeah, because I think that the call was faked, like AI faked, like it had a script. I don't know, it's a big thing.
Oh my anyway, gosh.
That's the first thing I woke up with, and I was like,
one.
I don't need to be knowing that about the world right now in this moment. Like, there's no need for my brain to immediately just already go into the space about thinking about somebody who could have potentially been murdered, or you know what I mean? It's just brain. Why are we opening the phone? So
I feel that, yeah.
That was my reality check, my boundary today with I need to set a different boundary with social media.
That's fair. Yeah. Typically, social media is probably the hardest one. Like TV, I actually find it hard to make time for TV and movies.
Yeah, me too, actually.
But I think there could still be boundaries there, like, I don't know. I only watch movies on the weekends. I don't fucking know. Whatever you want your boundary to be. But if you have a specific, I don't know. I feel like that one's kind of weird. Don't do that. Watch a movie on a weekday if you want. That's just random. Okay. This one's interesting. Deciding the maximum amount of time you can dedicate to work each week. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to work more hours. But I get where you're going.
I get where you're going.
Yeah. If you're like a workaholic in that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes I'm on my computer late, but then I'm like, well, but then I took an extra long lunch, so I should be working later into the night because I need to get this done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm rationalizing it. I'm aware.
But at that point, I think you're still telling yourself how much you can work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not like overworking yourself in a sense.
Yeah.
You're just delaying the time.
It's just later in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Having an amount of times per week you exercise or move your body. Yeah. That one's like, I don't even know if I'd call that a boundary or more so just like a goal. A goal to have.
I feel like at this age, it's a boundary.
Like having to say no to other things so you can say yes to.
Yeah, but also even just setting the boundary of like moving your body. Because I think like we all get so wrapped up in like work or life or whatever, and like we forget or neglect. Because I'm just even more so thinking about like stretching. Like,
oh my god, I do not stretch.
I need to set a boundary of doing that because I'm getting to a point where my muscles my body's starting to harden in a way that's like not fun. Mm-hmm. And it's not a goal. Like it's like it needs to be a necessity. It's a boundary you need to set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get like yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Because there's also excuses to be made into not moving your body. Like,
right.
Like a lot of the times before I'm about to work out, I do something that takes my mind off of it. Even though I'm already in my clothes, I'm on top of the yoga mat.
What do you do?
I'm just scrolling, texting people.
You're like almost there. But
I'm like so close to actually committing. And I'm like, you can't back out now. Like I literally know I'm not going to just fucking pack it up and then and then not work out for the day. I'm just delaying it. Why? Because I know I'm going to do it. So anyway, at least I'm majority of the way there, like I know I'm going to do it.
I don't even get into the clothes. So
that's also, I mean, what was the whole fucking thing we did? The whole episode on goals?
The book.
Yeah.
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. There it was. Like setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
To achieve these boundaries. And it honestly does come down to routine for some of them.
It does.
Like stretching. Or like telling myself I can't work out later in the day if I don't wake up and do it. But I don't know if I like morning workouts right now. I don't know if that is my routine.
I don't really like them in the morning.
No, you're gonna say period. I was like, well, I mean,
well, period. But in the mornings, like I don't like I want to be the girlie who like wakes up and gets energized by a workout.
She's just stretching, like, oh my God.
And it's like, I get so tired after a workout. So I'm like,
you get tired.
So I don't want the rest of my day to feel like sluggish.
Maybe that's what you're telling yourself, that you're tired after.
Maybe.
We used to work out in the mornings. Were you tired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be fair, we did wake up really early though, and had class. Like it was a pretty big day. But I see what you're saying. Maybe you're a night person, workout, whatever. That's fair.
Yeah.
But then you gotta work that into your boundaries, and like, can't say yes to movies on Wednesdays because I absolutely will work out on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. or whatever. And then like, you're only answering to yourself. That's the toughest part about boundaries with yourself, is no one's gonna be mad at you except you. And you can disappoint yourself all fucking day for some reason. But disappointing someone else is like,
is way tougher.
Like, oh, we were gonna go work out together and we were really excited and it was gonna be really fun, and oh, I don't want to, but because you are, I will. But when it's just you and that mat, you're like,
yeah, fuck it. Because I don't actually want to do it. So
you don't.
Disappointing. I guess future me.
Yes, literally future you.
So annoying. Shut up. I get it. We're getting big.
Not big. Shut up.
And stiff.
Getting tired.
Just getting stiff.
Keeping a budget. That one's crazy.
Sam did say she's in her.
What did I say?
Oh, and you're like not even actually doing that. It's so interesting.
What is my era? Not spending money?
Yeah.
Oh, my no spend.
Your no spend era.
Well, I already paid for the ticket. I remember I said I couldn't do May because I had a bunch of I had shit. I had all this shit I had to do. So I said I think I was going to do June. Didn't I say that?
Well, you were just in the era
of not spending money.
Yeah. You didn't want to go out. You didn't want to do nothing.
I tried to fucking do that, but it didn't work. I had to go out for your birthday. That was a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
That was the last time I went out. And then I have a concert literally tonight. You literally told me I couldn't say no.
It's free though.
Right, but I'm gonna spend money.
When?
On eating probably, and drinking alcohol. Exactly. And parking. We split parking.
Fuck.
I've spent money.
We could have done the park free and walk.
That wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't. You already know.
Sam,
you already know it wasn't gonna happen. You know? So, and that's about, I probably could have been like, hey, listen, I really want to take that free bus situation. Totally get it if y'all don't. But in reality, y'all weren't going to let me go alone, and I wasn't going to make you guys, and I didn't want to. But like, if I was to want to, right, you know? Like, setting a boundary with yourself, but also being realistic. I think that's like one of the...
Yeah, you're right.
But...
Back to budgeting, though.
I did go thrifting. But I needed a dress for this fucking wedding.
Did you find one?
I found a dress. It's cute, I think. I can show it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to wear it, but I found a dress.
Okay.
Potentially. I could have worn one I had, though. Because I have other options that are already in my closet that I might wear. But maybe it's not as cute.
Oh my God, dude. Speaking.
I spent $7 also. Let's be real.
I never returned my stuff from Coachella.
What stuff?
Like the stuff that I bought from...
But you wore it?
I didn't wear it, and I was supposed to return it, and
you missed the window?
I think I missed the window, so I'm gonna have to get fucking store credit.
Well, it's April 11th. You probably bought it. Oh, yep, you probably missed the month. Unless it's a 2-month window.
No, it's a month.
Oh yeah, you missed it. You did. Store credit, I guess it is. You don't like the clothes at all, though? Like you wouldn't wear them? Period.
Like the ones that I bought that I want to return.
Or, well, I thought you were returning them because you just don't want to wear them to Coachella.
No, I didn't want them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. Because I was like, well, then just wear them, I guess.
So, that sucks.
That does suck. So to set a boundary with yourself to make those returns.
Well, it's too late.
Setting the boundary of, like, getting things you need done before having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't say yes to... going out or going on a date or whatever the fucking case is before you accomplish your whatever. And I think what maybe is hard about that is some of us, as in myself, don't have like days or like specific tasks to get done by a certain date or any like deadlines, boundaries with yourself, essentially.
I agree.
But I just started implementing, like, I think I'm going to do laundry on Wednesdays.
Girl, we talked about this last time.
I know.
This is something I need
I did laundry yesterday. I feel so good about it.
That's amazing.
Sundays I wash my makeup brushes. Like, there's things. And I'm like, you can't go any. It's almost like you can't go to your friend's house until you clean your room. But with me and myself, I'm the parent.
You need to parent yourself. Correct.
Correct.
So I need to set restrictions like that. Having too much like free reign, like really, you forget.
You do forget.
So you need to remember.
And this is your reminder to remember. This one kind of kills me. Going to the doctor and dentist appointments regularly.
As I'm sick, I'm like,
only if I get sick.
Yeah, I just got a fucking text from my dentist that I need to go and schedule an appointment for my wisdom teeth removal.
You have to get them removed?
Apparently.
Are they scamming you?
I mean, to be fair, I did bite myself a couple times.
But, like, do they hurt? You don't need to get them removed. You really only need to get them removed if they're shifting your teeth or they hurt. So
yeah, that's true.
Unless your insurance fully covers it, then I guess
this one's growing and it's hurting me.
Because it's currently growing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But that, like, happened to the other three. So I'm like...
Yeah, you're like, once you're there, we get...
I'm gonna wait till she's out and then I'll see how I feel.
That's fair. Yeah, that one, I'm not quite
great at.
I'm not quite there on the adulting level. It's mostly like an insurance thing, though.
No, actually, because then you go to the dentist and they're like, you have cavities, and you're like, fuck, that's like $1,000 and I'm gonna have to put on a fucking payment plan. So that's
right. Great. So anyway, I'm good.
Yeah.
Terrible advice. Paying bills on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm chill on that. Not much to say there. Lastly, oh wait, no. Sorry. There's another one. Deciding how often you'll travel or go on vacation and sticking to it. I think that could be like even saying yes to vacations as opposed to saying no.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like setting a boundary of like making sure you go on a quarterly like vacation or quarterly like thing that feels
like going to the fair or whatever, like some
like a bigger event situation. Yeah.
Or whatever feels comfy like, to you.
I remember Logan and I definitely wanted to do something like that where we're going to take like a staycation type of situation or a road trip, like a small one every quarter, and we never did. So it's something maybe we should bring back.
Yeah. As long as you set it, I guess, as your boundary, it's just whatever
you want it to be. Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be and sticking to it. But obviously limiting factors, time and money, tends to be the ones that kill dreams.
Constantly.
Let me tell you. Lastly, the amount of days you drink alcohol and the amount of
that
alcohol
you drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one has been a real one for, I feel like, the friend group, even though I think we're all trying to fucking
party
again.
You know, people got trashed and it was fun till it wasn't, and then you realize, oh, it's taking consequences,
me a few days to fully recover.
Right. I think, yeah. I mean, there's more to. We are doing a full episode actually on this for Glowing Hour. So if you want more thoughts on alcohol, sobriety, and boundaries with yourself,
stay tuned.
So, anyways, we'll see you guys in Glowing Hour.
Bye.
Bye.